Hey guys, it is MissSimReno. If you are returning to the channel, welcome back. And if you're brand new, I am so excited that you decided to join me here today for another apartment renovation. And we're in 17 Culpepper House, which is, it's one of my favorite apartments. I think the only drawback are the collection, or the only drawback is the collection. I'm trying here. The collection of windows over in that corner, which make it a little bit difficult to floor plan, but I'm really excited about this apartment renovation because it just feels different for me. I don't really know why, but it does. And we started off in the kitchen, as you can see, which I decided to use a swatch of the base game countertops and cabinets that I haven't used yet. And I also went with darker appliances. I think this feels different for me because I just went with a darker color scheme, which I don't believe I've done for some time. I think that autumnal themed builds kind of lend themselves to a darker color scheme, but with very particular colors. And here I used a lot of black mixed with browns, which I don't often do. I don't know. It just felt different for me. Maybe it won't feel that way to you if you watch a lot of my builds. I have no idea, but it felt really different for me. And I really liked the outcome. And I didn't really have a plan going into this apartment either. I knew I just wanted to renovate an apartment and I wanted to at least have one bedroom, if not two. I can usually make this into at least a 2 or 3 bedroom apartment. I've stuffed an 8 sim family into this apartment before, so I knew I was going to be able to do that, but I just wasn't sure how I wanted to lay things out. I've renovated this apartment many times, and this floor plan is very similar to one that I've done in the past, but I wanted it to be a little bit different. I wanted it to feel new, I suppose. I'm at a loss for words today. I don't know what it is. I just finished my coffee. I'm all amped about doing this voiceover, and I'm just excited to share this one. But yeah, the kitchen is kind of in the middle of the apartment. When you first walk in, there's like a little entryway, and then there's the living room, which leads into the kitchen. And then off to the left-hand side is a small hallway where the bathroom and all of the bedrooms are accessible. Now, I will say all of the bedrooms, I said multiple. There is a primary bedroom and then an office in this apartment. So it ended up being a 1-bedroom apartment. So it's perfect for like a single sim or a couple, but you could take that office and turn it into a bedroom, which is exactly what I've done before. You know, where the office is where I've certainly placed a bedroom in the past. So you could do that if you wanted to turn this into more of like a family apartment or something. But as I was working through this, again, I didn't really have an idea going into this. I just wanted to do something that felt different. But I ended up making it for an author, or maybe it's a couple of authors, I don't know, because I did make an office and there's a ton of bookshelves, and I created an L-shaped desk with multiple computers, but only one chair, so you have to add another chair. But I don't know, I just really liked it. It almost felt autumnal still to me, which is starting to feel odd because I woke up the other day. I was not happy about it. I'm not a winter girly. I'm just going to put that out there right now. Summer and winter, don't like. I think the snow is beautiful when it first falls. I love Christmas time, but I do not like the winter. I don't do any winter sports or outdoor activities. It's not my jam. I don't like it, and therefore winter is not a season that I enjoy. But anyway, I woke up to frost on my lawn for the first time this season, and I was so upset. I was like, really? We're done with fall already? Do we have to be? I just feel as though I wait all year for fall. I'm so excited for it, and then it flies by. And it varies so much year to year. So I live in New England, which I've talked about before. I'm a New England gal, born and raised. And it really varies from year to year. You know, like last year we didn't have a super intense winter at all. I think it felt like it started really late, and this year it seems to be right on time, which is very disappointing to me. And we had kind of a brutal summer with no spring. It was a really odd year, at least from my perspective. And I just feel as though I got gypped. I feel like fall did not last a long time. I don't know if I really did everything I wanted to do in fall. My husband always pushed for doing more fall activities, and I'm all for fall activities. I just like to enjoy laid back weekends every now and then too. And I just feel like we didn't get a long enough fall for me to relax and also enjoy it. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but that's certainly how I felt. But anyway, we are working on the living room, which I thought was so cozy. I love using a few different wood tones in this living room as well, and using this darker kind of gray, black slate rug with these couches from Cats and Dogs. I don't know what it is. I just really liked the combination. I liked the gray and black on the darker wood floors a lot, and I just liked the warmer wood tones that I ended up using. But I did struggle a lot with trying to lay this room out because, well, actually what bothered me is the window wasn't centered above the couch. I really wanted it to be, but that's just how I ended up floor planning it. So obviously that didn't work out. But I just struggled on laying it out and making sure that it was cozy, but not too cramped per se. I've done cramped spaces in this apartment unit before and in other apartments, but I wanted this one to feel a little bit more open. And since at this point I had decided that I was going to do, well, I'd thought about it, because I do end up putting a wallpaper in the office that I get rid of because I was going to make it a bedroom and then I didn't. Anyway, I had kind of sort of decided that there weren't going to be a ton of like kids' toys or anything cluttering up the living space. My initial thought was maybe I would do a nursery for a baby object or an infant. And the thought was that I was going to go back into the living room and maybe add an object or two pertaining to that life stage or those life stages, but I ended up not doing that. But here is the entryway, and it is very, I'm not going to say scarcely decorated. There's a little bit of clutter here, but I like this entryway a lot. You've got a console table, you've got a closet. I like putting spare dining chairs around places as well. I don't know what it is, but it just felt like the perfect space for it. And then here in the hallway, there is a full-length mirror and a wardrobe as well, the smaller one from Growing Together, as well as a decorative plant. And that's pretty much it. There's not much in this hallway because there's really no point, but I do like putting wardrobes in hallways and or in entryways because I've mentioned this before. I always have my Sims change their outfit to adhere to the weather. That's what I was trying to say, before they leave an apartment or their house, because it just feels more realistic. So I always place wardrobes and things like that near the entryways or in hallways as they're kind of heading out. And now this is going to be the one and only bathroom. It is very plainly decorated as well. I did do a double sink at first, but I pull back. I only keep one sink. I keep this longer mirror as well. And then I just add some clutter items on top of the countertop too. I love, still to this day, I didn't think it was going to be a clutter kit that I liked that much. I thought it was cool and I was excited about the toilet paper rolls, but I didn't know if the bathroom clutter kit was really going to be something that I used a lot. I use that kit all the time. Every single build, there is something from that kit that I use, and I really didn't think that was going to be the case. I'm kind of surprised, and it makes me want to ask you all, out of all of the kits that you may or may not have, well, I guess out of the ones that you do have, which one do you use the most? And if you don't have all of the kits, which ones did you choose to buy for your personal, gameplay? Because I've got all of them because I am very lucky and I'm able to purchase all of them and enjoy those. But if I were to make particular decisions about certain ones that I'd want, the bathroom clutter kit would not have been on my bingo card. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have been the one that I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I need that right now. But I'm really glad I have it. So I'm curious to know what your thoughts are. Anyway, we're working on the primary bedroom, which is a very calming color scheme to me. I did use this bed from Seasons and then the black painting here from Dream Home Decorator with that same carpet or rug, I should say, from the living room. I just really liked the darker tones. I thought it was so relaxing. And I've been stopping myself from using darker wood tones and colors recently because I do it all the time and they're my favorite. So I've been trying to do lighter color schemes and mismatch some things, but it felt so good to use darker colors in this space. And I used a lot of, maybe not a lot, but I used some gray woods and I really like the gray woods recently. I don't know what it is, but they're just doing it for me. And I'm just thrilled. I loved using them in this apartment. But the room is pretty much together. And then this is going to be the office. So like I mentioned, I do add this wallpaper because I was like, oh, maybe I'll do a nursery or something. And then I was like, you know what? No, I don't want to do a nursery. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I don't do a ton of home offices. At least I don't feel like I do. And I wanted this entire apartment to be kind of seamless. So I made it an author's office, and I added, like I said, a couple of these desks to make an L-shaped desk. I give them a desktop, and then there's also a laptop, and I love using these televisions as extra monitors. I put that in air quotes because Obviously they don't work that way, but they kind of look like they could. And I thought it was nice to kind of have the desktop and then also the laptop, because it looks as though this author could just like roll around in their chair, go from one computer to the other, scribble down some ideas in their notebook, and just kind of work chaotically. And that just spoke to me, because I wish I could work like that. I wish I had the space to work like that, because yeah, no, I'm a chaotic worker. But I really liked the space. And if you're wondering, you could add another chair if you wanted this to be for 2 Sims instead of just 1. And then I add a ton of bookcases and a couple more pieces of clutter and decor, and that's pretty much it for this build. I hope you all enjoyed this one. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts, and I will catch you next time I post a video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Was it all just a dream, just all in my head? Floating rivers upstream, the things that you said. Tell me and be honest, tell me, did you know that you would believe in me just like the winners know? Tell me and be honest, tell me, should I've known that you'd believe in me? So painfully quiet and slow, I try my best to